Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I'm playing an EIK WM France Tech G4, G5, G6, G6, oh, and G as well. So lots of decks. Playing with Montu, Last 92, and Fofo. If you want to, I think Montu is streaming as well over on, I think he's twitch.tv/gamermontu. And even if he doesn't, if you're watching this on YouTube, you want to check out his perspective, like go to his Twitch. I'll put it in the description once I double check what it is. And yeah, for the next 7 days or whatever until Twitch deletes the VOD, you'll be able to see another perspective of this game. Alright, looking at this draft, I see Hoarder, which is nice. I see Elder's Daughter. What does this do? You get Clay and most majors 3 bonus points. That's very interesting. Wood Collector is a great card. Beekeeper is fine. Tarzan, I think, is actually really interesting because it's like you get ahead and then you kind of snowball that. So question for me is Hoarder, Wood Collector, Fencing Master, Elder's Daughter. Those are kind of the 4 I'm considering. And one question is, what's going to come back? Storehouse Minder will almost certainly come back. Beekeeper will almost certainly come back. Hoarder with Storehouse Minder is a pretty good combination. Storehouse Minder and Elder's Daughter seems like a good combination as well because you get Stone to play major improvements. So yeah, I'll grab Hoarder here. Well, Prosecutor, Fence Deliveryman. I think Family Physician is actually, I could do Chief, but Hoarder doesn't go that well with Chief because you already need a lot of resources. I think I'm going to take Family Physician because I think this card is actually really, this card can just be super good. Because if you go last, like even if you don't go last, you have a chance to get a food on each of your family members. And if you can never get it for grain and vegetable, it's just, oof. I think then it would be really good. So. They're talking about making donations to the site. Chris, I don't know exactly how it happens, but Chris runs it. I don't know what arrangement he has exactly with you and Lookout, but obviously the site exists and anyone is able to play it. Bard and Puppeteer. People are really not going to want to go on Traveling Players, but Puppeteer could actually be really nice. Hoarder is a great card to play with Puppeteer because you don't really care about the time. This one, when you play this card, if you have 4 8 sheep on your farm, you can take a family growth with room, family growth without room. Ooh, that's interesting. Haven't seen a way to particularly get a lot of sheep, so I'm okay passing that, I think. We'll try for something with Puppeteer. So yeah, I wasn't planning on streaming today, but got out of work early, so have a bit more time. Whoops, I'm gonna have to re-enter to get that card back. Grain Speculator is good. Grantor. When you play this card, 2 food for each of your other played occupations, up to a maximum of 8. Well, that would be pretty good with Puppeteer. Got Groupie. Whenever you play an occupation, you may take a sew action. Whenever you play a miner, you can take a bake bread action afterwards. That's pretty interesting. I'm seriously considering Groupie here. If I do Groupie, get a cooking hearth, and can family physician often enough, that should get me a bunch of vegetable. And the nice thing about Groupie is I put the food back onto the space. And I want to encourage people to go on Traveling Players, because I want to play or I could just do Prudent Merchant and play simple. Or Grain Speculator. Grain Speculator I don't think I need. I think I'm looking at Prudent Merchant, which is normal, kind of simple play, or a Groupie. I think we're doing Prudent Merchant. This pick, Storehouse Minder came back, Beekeeper came back. So probably one of those two. Let's grab Storehouse Minder. I think Storehouse Minder, Prudent Merchant, Hoarder. I've got the seeds of a really nice game going here. Storehouse Minder, the key is you want to get on Reedstone Food, you want clay and wood so that you can place all 4 items on the Storehouse Minder. And then you can what you do is you immediately on the first harvest you increase reed and one other thing, and that gets your turns your 1 reed into 2 reed. Then when you're ready to build that first wood room, you grab the 2 reed off the Storehouse Minder. Wood and stone you leave, depending on, like, stone can be nice for grabbing the well, kind of as a surprise. It can also be nice for doing other stuff. Homemaker, Prosecutor, Animal Tamer, Dock Worker. This is really hard, actually. This is really hard. Prosecutor can be good. Prosecutor can be really good. Homemaker can be good, depending on my minor improvements. And Animal Tamer is not a bad option if you play it out of your turn, and I'm going to build a cooking hearth anyways, probably to eat vegetables for family physician. I think I'm going to take Prosecutor. Prosecutor plus Prudent Merchant seems like you'll be able to do some cool stuff. And this last pick, the sheep card, because the other 2 are just garbage. Actually, Basket Maker is maybe playable here. Yeah, I think this card, I don't have enough support for it. I don't have any support for it. So the range in which I play it is so narrow that Basket Maker being worth it is probably quite a bit more likely. All right. Well, Grain Mill Oven is something. It also doesn't increase my plate improvement count. So yeah, let's grab Grain Mill Oven. Yeah, because I can play Grain Mill Oven, maybe save 2 resources with the Prosecutor, and then discard it to build the Clay Oven for free, for example. And it doesn't increase my count of plate improvements. Get that 4th board back. guess I can stretch this out a little more. I've got a little bit more real estate. Try to have it somewhat balanced. Make this big for now. Yeah, I think Family Physician is getting slept on. And it should not be. So we're waiting a little bit here. Looks like Montu is thinking about his first miner. Okay, finally. Executive Boar. So you have a vegetable, 3 food, 6 fences for 4 wood, or family growth action. That's just a whole bunch of random crap. Not really interested in any of that. The board of 3 food plus a vegetable seems like an okay combination. Like, it gives you a nice amount of stuff. Building fences is nice. It would have activated home in. Canoe is always a good option with basket maker. I'm gonna take Dragonfly Pond though. Dragonfly Pond is pretty good. You know what? I'm gonna take Canoe. Take it here. I don't necessarily want to play Dragonfly Pond super early. I want to let my opponents get ahead of me in terms of played occupations. So like the thing about Family Physician is it makes my late actions, it makes going late in the round better. So it means that I probably don't want to go on start player as much. So that means, you know, I'm okay with not playing a card like Dragonfly Pond because that makes you really want to go on occupation early. Peasant's Boutique is really interesting because if I could feed with Reed, that would be nice. Whenever you bake bread, you can pay a food to plow a field. That's pretty good. It's a minor of that card that is an occupation. It's a pretty strong occupation. Private Forest is always have to consider Private Forest. Peasant's Boutique is very interesting for me. It also doesn't increase your plate occupation count, plate improvement count. Watering can. I think I'm between Private Forest and Peasant's Boutique. And Private Forest is a lot better as a card. Okay. And this pick, keys, definitely. There's a chance that Key's growth falls into my lap. So you always want to be ready for it. Nice thing about private forest is I don't have to do a wood action if I don't want to. Private forest gets me the wood for my storehouse minder. So what I'm thinking is I will play Family Physician round 1, hopefully. Play Puppeteer round 2. So if I do start player, or if I do Family Physician, then start player Private Forest, then Reedstone Food, then I only am a clay action away from maxing out my storehouse minder. And I don't mind doing an early clay action because being able to eat my vegetable will be nice. Oh, I think Clay Tablet is actually quite good. I'm surprised it's come back to me. Birdcage can be good if you have really overkill on food. The problem is it costs wood, which sets your first room back a lot. So the points are nice, especially with Hoarder. If I know I'm going to be late. The problem is would be a lot of miners to play early in the game. Clay Tablet is nice. Cooking Hearth, Milk Can. You know what, let's take Birdcage. There's a chance that even if I play it for 4 points, 2 wood and 4 food for 4 points is a fine action. This one is Raft worth playing so that I get 2 read. Basket Maker plus Basket Maker's Workshop would mean that I could just do 1 fishing action, and that's almost all the read that I need to do. Okay, let's try it. And this one, definitely Peasant's Boots. Ooh, actually Watering Can is an interesting option. And Plowman's Lunch. This kind of puts me all in on getting the Basket Maker's Workshop. Whereas Plowman's Lunch... Thing is, what are the odds that I'm going to really get a lot of grain? I'm probably not going to get enough grain for Family Physician to just be baking like nothing, right? I probably will get 2 grain maybe from Family Physician, and if I get 1 vegetable, that will require a good amount of setup, because the only way to get vegetable is to go on this space when these 4 spaces are all used. Yeah. Because otherwise the adjacency doesn't really work for the other cards. Yeah. Just because of the way we've defined orthogonally adjacent for family, not for family counselor, but for the other adjacency cards. Basically, we've decided that in this case, adjacent means the orientation and sizing of the card has to be the same. So basically, plow is not adjacent for the consideration of Family Physician to take to occupation. Yeah, there's no specific comments. I'm pretty sure that we've defined orthogonally adjacent to mean they have to be actually physically touching. So we got Wood Collector round 1 from last, very solid card. I start in 3rd, which is a fine place for me to start. Makes it a lot more likely that I get my Private Forest off. Let's get this guy out of the way. Oh, 2 clay gone for Fofo ahead of 3 wood. I wonder what Montu's thinking about. What's that other card with adjacency? There's another card with adjacency that I can look up. Planter box? No. Horse barn, irrigation canal. Those are the only ones in the EIKG compendium. What's the card I'm thinking of? Like, there's a card that you can put beside the board or something. Okay, so this is kind of unexpected. I can take a grain of food, a wood and a food, or 2 wood. Oh, actually 2 wood doesn't work. Only grain and food works. Let's get my resources. 2 wood. Get my resources for my storehouse minder. WM compendium. I have it downloaded on my computer, but I can never remember where it is. Orthogonally. Fish hook. Okay, fish hook. Can you hook from the round 4 space? Sure. I think you probably can. Okay, maybe this works. Okay, Reedstone food is gone. I'll play occupation, puppeteer. Second action will be fishing. Okay, Godfather. Whoops. I'll click over here. Boundary stones, fish hook. Okay, for some reason. Oh, it's astronomer that I'm thinking of. Astronomer, that's it. Compendium. Astronomer's the one where they all have to be in a row. Whenever 3, 4, 5 of your family members use 3, 4, 5 adjacent action spaces forming vertical or horizontal lines. Oh, you know what? Astronomer explicitly says in a straight line, same size. You know what? So that's text on the card. Perfect. Okay. So I was wrong. Plow works with the 4 adjacency. Yeah, okay, cool. There's nothing in particular there that says it has to be this way or the other. Two food fishing. Yeah, I can't play Private Forest without some fishing actions. I could have gone on grain and gotten a food. I could have gone on... Oh, I could have gotten on clay and gotten a grain. Ooh. Oh, actually, no. I'm only getting the grain now because Fofo just took wood. So yeah, it would have been 2 clay and a food, which is... I wouldn't have done that. I'm a little surprised Fofo didn't go for the fireplace here, though. I usually consider building the fireplace with my second action better than taking a 2 wood action, just because then the other players can't pressure you by taking a 4 clay action, which I'm going to do. I'm going to take 4 clay and say, what are you going to do about it? Show grain speculator here. So there's a chance I don't play Private Forest, I guess. Although usually it's worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 wood. Plus you get to be the start player for the next round. It's usually a good position to be in. So I want to see Montu grab Reedstone, not grab Reedstone food. I want Reedstone food. But he does do it. Okay. So I need to start player. So I will start player with my second action. Actually, this is kind of hard. Will Storehouse... I really want to play Storehouse Minder in stage 4, in round 4. If I can't, then definitely how well it works just falls off a cliff. Yeah, I could second action, start player Canoe, and then first move Reedstone food. The problem is then I don't have any wood. I would have to do a wood action with my second move and rely on someone else taking traveling players, which would allow me to play Storehouse Minder. Or I could play an occupation here myself. What would I play? Yeah, no, there's nothing I want to play with this move. This move, I think. Yeah, let's try this. I bet what happens is after I play Canoe, someone plays the vegetable from fishing. The card where you pay the person who takes fishing a food to get a vegetable. Which I would be fine with. I would be fine with getting an extra food every time I play on that space. Oh, so here's Canoe and then Fencing Master for Fofo. Sorry, I'm sorry when I flash the cards quickly, especially the EIK ones. I assume that you're going to have pretty general knowledge of it. The other thing I'm assuming is that if you're really not sure and you need to know, hit pause. Go look it up on the compendium or on the CAC. Fencing Master is nice. I like that card quite a bit. Oh, traveling players here. Ooh. Okay, pay a food to play. Well, it's not going to be Storehouse Minder anymore. It's going to be something else, like Basket Maker, I guess. Yeah, so there's no way for me to get my Storehouse Minder out now, unfortunately. Not the way that I would want to. Because there's no way someone takes takes it twice in a row. 4 wood is good. Yeah, I guess reedstone food goes down in value quite a bit if I'm not getting goes down in value a lot if I'm not getting I'm not gonna use the second reed for Storehouse Minder. Yeah, I'm last in terms of being in a position to build a room, which is very unfortunate. Not a good position to be in. Well, I have two options. I have fishing and I have reedstone food. Both are available to me. I guess reedstone food is fine. There's a chance that I can do some start player keys shenanigans, especially if family growth doesn't come till round 7. I can definitely do something. Hi Bengaless, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this has started. I mean, not being in a position to grow as late as I am, not sure that what I've done is worth it. Oh, wow. Fofo playing Field Watchman. And playing it this late, too. Interesting. Was he... I don't remember what position he was in to do stuff earlier in the game. So I'm really curious to see where family growth comes out, because family growth, build room, start player has a lot of forced actions associated with it. So that should be a good time for me to get something out of my family physician, which up till this point has been totally dead card for me, which is too bad. Oh, I need to feed. So reed and a food. Oh, Fishing has 2 people adjacent to it at the moment. Unfortunately, yeah, when I'm start player, there's not going to be enough people placed on the game board. I think it'll be later in the game. So yeah, maybe I've misread the timing of family physician. Bengala says you could give up the early family growth, try to build 2 rooms if you focus on materials now. I agree. Yep, because most likely I'm going to grow 4th. So that means I don't need to do a build room action until like round 7. If I'm not going to do a build room action until round 7, that's lots of time for me to grab other types of resources. The only issue will be, can I get to 5 reed in round 7? Because I'm going to want to build 2 rooms, I'm going to need 4 reed plus the reed from my basket maker's workshop, which is a little more dicey. And family growth comes round 5. Well, that was almost definitely the worst possible outcome for me. I don't even know what to do here. Reedstone food, I guess. Second action can be 3 wood, it can be 5 clay, it can be fishing. Any of them. Fofo says Montu is best player. Yep, that's good for him for sure. Interesting that Last decided to fence 4 there. I wonder if she has something particular in mind. That wants some animals, some held animals. So I think Storehouse Minder is probably dead. Prosecutor looks dead because everybody's avoiding start player like the plague. So I think I'm hoping to get a timely Prudent Merchant with Puppeteer. Most likely in round 7, traveling players will get taken. So if I can play Prudent Merchant and then build Pottery or Basket Maker's Workshop at that time, that'll be a pretty solid position to be in. So I can get a food if I build an improvement here. I can get a food if I go on start player. I think though I just want to keep collecting stuff. You know what, with family growth coming early, food goes up in value, so I'm okay with taking fishing at 3. I'm a little sad because there's a chance that Fofo and Last pass 6 wood to Montu. I guess, but you never know. It's hard to say. Fofo is just happy because he can build a room round 6 to grow round 7 with no pressure. I might have to contend with Montu being ready to build a second room, or a 4th room I should say. We'll see. There's still lots to be determined. I could still play Storehouse Minder. That is still there's still a chance that I could do that. Last took the 3 wood. Okay, I'm pretty happy to see that. On to playing Popcorn. I'm sure on start player. Yep. Popcorn's a nice card. There's 2 6 clay actions. There's lots of good wood actions. This is where when you grow first and family growth comes around 5, you're just living on easy street. Yep, because now what he's going to be able to do is he's going to be able to grab, turn a reed into a grain with popcorn and then build the clay oven for a 5 food action. And you come out of it with the clay oven, which is an excellent position to be in. Maybe I should forgo using the basket makers if you're going for 4 family members. 5 reed is too much to gather. Yeah, that's an option. I'm still like several actions away. I definitely want to just make sure that I grow in round 8. I need to make sure that I don't fall any farther behind than round 8. Oh, pet door. Okay. So pet door is why we saw the spaces here. So this is a pet door. Let's put animals in your rooms if you have an adjacent fence, an adjacent pasture to your home. So yeah, we'll see. There's also a kind of weird line here where I take 6 clay and reno and do something with the clay house. That's an option as well. I would really like to get a grain at some point so I can use grain mill oven to build the stone oven and bake the grain while I do it. Yeah, another 6 clay for Montu. Really, really, really good for him. Hmm. Three wood. Three wood is enough to do a lot of different things, so. Montu is only one read action away from being able to build another room, so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna take read. I think he's gonna take 2 read, yeah. And then he's gonna Reno build the clay oven next round, and then he's gonna be left with 6 clay, which is enough to build another room off of. So he just needs a couple read actions after that. But we'll see. There's still stuff to be decided. The one thing that's too bad for me is the way the family growth queue has shaken out. You don't need to go on start player before you family growth, which means that fewer improvements are being played, which means my prosecutor is a lot less valuable. Blacksmith here for Montu, so here comes the clay oven, I would be very confident in saying. Convert reed to grain, save stone on oven, of course. And Montu is still first. And he takes 3 reed. So I've got a couple choices here. Yes, he did forget his oven. There's your oven. I'm actually pretty happy to see the see the blacksmith come out, because grain mill oven keys are nicer. I guess I can take 4 wood here. Yeah. People are saying his Montu's food is not right. Yeah, I think Montu just didn't quite read, doesn't have blacksmith perfectly in his head, right? Yeah, I don't need a basket maker's workshop here, but if I can play storehouse minder. Alright, finally we're moving on. Yeah, I have a lot of wood. So, yeah. The other thing is, traveling players is almost certainly getting taken here. by Lass, I'm pretty sure. I don't see a really amazing way for Lass to feed otherwise. Unless she builds the stone oven, but she's like many actions away from that. So pretty sure Lass is taking traveling players. So when she does, what is my improvement that I'm going to play? Or what is my occupation that I'm going to play? Hoarder is best when you get it out before the round 9 harvest. So the question is, will I have time to play Hoarder before round 9 otherwise? And that is kind of a difficult question. Last place occupation livestock keeper. Okay. I'm confused. I wonder if she's going to play that executive boar card. I also want to keep getting lots of food because I want to pay... I like fishing better than Reedstone food now because I want to pay Montu rather than playing taking stone myself to play improvements with. Oh, come on, guys. Alright, there's the well. I'll highlight livestock keeper. Montu builds the well. Probably with Reno, I would assume. Yep. So he's in a spot where he's able to build this time minus F. I'm confused. If he's only at 5 food, I can play this totally differently. From Dragonfly Pond, okay. So yeah, he has enough to build. So that means I need to build my room here if I want to grow. You know what though? I really want to be greedy and let Storehouse Minder activate. I could always build stables and not build a room. But the problem is that doesn't gain me anything. Yeah, no, that doesn't gain me anything. Fofo is going to occupation. Fofo is going to occupation. So what are Lass's 2 actions? I'm pretty sure one of them is traveling players. What's the other one? I don't know in particular. So where are the places that I can activate my thing? On fencing. I could do fishing again, get another reed. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's be greedy here. Plus FR. Alright, we're going to try this. And feed 4. So we're gambling that Lass is going to do traveling players, which means that I can play Storehouse Minder, and I can put 1 of each good, increase my reed, and then round 8 I can build 2 rooms, or round 9, depending on how the sequence works. This is definitely a really good spot for Montu to be in because I'm giving up the 4th growth to Montu, but I'm gaining off of that from the efficiency from saving on the build room actions. And I think feeding is going to be fairly tight this game, although not for him, not with Popcorn, I guess, and not with Blacksmith so much, but won't Fofo family growth? Fofo will family growth, yes, but Montu will build a room. Sorry, Montu will build a room. I'm referring to Montu building a room in round 8, or here with this move. He has the option to do both. Last traveling players called it. So I play Occupation, Storehouse Minder. 1, 1, 1, 1. Cool. So I can increase read and one other item. Wood, I guess? Or maybe stone? Probably wood. So let's see what Montu does here. I'm pretty sure he should build, but there's a chance that he doesn't build until next round because he can go ahead of me. He has action priority over me. This game's going kind of slow. I mean, I've definitely had some slow actions myself. Montu grabbing 3 wood. Wood read on Minder. So I'll put that out on my next turn. So that's what I wanted to happen in round 4, but game didn't go that way. Ooh, spinny. So I'm really happy that I'm increasing the wood on Storehouse Minder. That should be priority number 1 for me for the rest of the game. So last grabbing some sheep with her first move. So yeah, Spinny's funny in that it really it makes everybody's actions simultaneously less efficient and more efficient, depending on how the game works out. Like, because sometimes it means that 6 wood is available more often. Now, of course, you have to pay the spinny, so it's a 5 wood action. Usually what it means, though, is the person who plays the spinny gets the 3 wood action late in the round, very often. So yeah, so I figured Montu would do that, but I am okay with that as Clay. With this move, while Spinny is out, so as long as Spinny is out, taking resources is good. I also want to take wood because then it makes it more difficult for the other players to take wood and build rooms themselves. So what's the timing on Storehouse Minder? I actually haven't checked it, how it compares with Hoarder. So Storehouse Minder is at the start of the harvest. Each round you may take all the resources. So yeah, so I can increase read in the harvest and then take it and then eat it, or put it on the Hoarder. Each harvest you can play 1, and it doesn't, Hoarder doesn't specify when, so perfect. So Hoarder plus Storehouse Minder looks like a nice combination here. This game is interesting, but unfortunately I have to go. Good luck. Thanks for tuning in, Bengalas. Hope you're having a good day. So yeah, my second action could be start player. What would I start player with? Birdcage? Raft? Nah, I'll probably just do Occupation. My second action will probably Occupation Hoarder, because Puppeteer is not going to go off until like round 12, round 11, And so I'll try to use that for prudent merchant. That'll be my goal there. Want to's thinking, so I'm just changing my screen a little bit. Yeah, Spinny is a funny card. It makes the 3-wood space a 2-wood space for the user, which is worse for all the other players than this 2-wood space, which means that it's way more likely that this goes up to 6, which means that if you have a lot of actions, you can often capitalize and just grow like ridiculously late. Occupation, hoarder. Oh, you know what? That doesn't work. Because Montu is going to build grow here. So that means I could build grow next round. And I want to do that. I definitely want to do that. So that means I need to get... that means I'm going to take the reed off of my off of the storehouse minder next round, which means I won't have a reed to grow, which means I need to not play a food. Does that all make sense? Unless I can activate... Yeah, there's no way for me to activate my thing. Yeah, this is hard. Hard game. Well, let's try it. Maybe major, minor, and vegetable are both taken next round, so then I can activate the physician on family growth to get a food. That would be kind of nice if I could do that. We will see. I'm not sure how this is all going to shake out. But yeah, family physician, yeah, it's not working out for me so far. I thought with Puppeteer I would have a lot of free moves to just kind of do whatever I wanted with them, but it's not worked out that way. The nice thing about Storehouse Minder is I can use it to hold my hoarder good until the end of the game. So ideally it would be something that I can make use of. So if I built joinery or pottery, for example, Basket Maker's Workshop is going to be pretty hard to make work, but if I could build one of those. Scrapyard plow. Whenever you use plow or plow sow, discard a miner to plow an additional field. That's really strong. I think this card should have more of a cost associated with it. So yeah, we saw Fofo playing Lumberyard as well. Whenever you use day labor, you get 2 wood. I'm actually happy to see this card come out because it means that when I use fishing late, there's more likely to be someone on the day labor space. But yeah, look at Spinny. Spinny gave a 5 wood action to Fofo. Now, of course, it does give Last the wood, and that Last now can kind of do what she wants. But that 5 wood action is far and away the best action on the board here. We've got 3 clay and then just 2 and 1 of a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, it benefited Fofo for sure. Yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping to see major, minor, and vegetable both be taken, but It's not looking like that's going to happen at the moment. So what that means is I might even wait to family growth grow around 10. Now if I do that, it would mean that I could increase reed again before taking it off, which would mean that I could have a reed on my farm. Which would mean that I could have a reed on my farm at the start of for the basket maker. Yeah, that scrapyard plow means that Montu's in a super commanding position. It's going to be really difficult for me to overcome him, especially because I don't have any plows. I do have way more wood than him, but he has fence delivery men. So, yeah. How do I do this? I'm gonna fish again. Yeah. Food is super tight in this game. Let's continue making it tight. Make things difficult for my opponents. Fofo playing Start Player Farm School here. Which is nice. Every time he plays an occupation, he's getting some wood, some fences for his fence master. And of course, Farm School is just a super efficient action. You only have to pay 1 extra food in order to be able to avoid a lot of stuff. So stone oven here for last, which is unfortunate because it means that my grain mill oven is useless. So it's just another one of my cards that is not getting played. Which is too bad because there's quite a few of them now. I wouldn't mind traveling players coming because then I could play prosecutor here and I can prosecute some free, play some resources for free. So grain space is a 2 grain space for me right now. This 3 clay has a grain on it. Occupation has a food. Fences has a food. Like, these guys are both really far away from being able to do stuff. Do I play an occupation here? What would I play? Prosecutor? Or I could play Basket Maker's Workshop. That would be the other thing I could do. The thing is, I want to play it after Prudent Merchant comes out. This is a very hard game. I'm playing really slowly. No, I won't play an occupation here. I can do something else. I can get 2 grain. Is 2 grain okay? Or I could just build rooms. I could do that as well. Build 2 rooms. Let's fence. I'm gonna try this. Fence 7 gives me some room for stuff. I feed plus F from physician. So I eat a reed and the food from physician in order and do that. And then I will increase wood and reed on storehouse miner. Plus wood R on minder. And then what do I put on the hoarder? Wood to hoarder. I wouldn't mind playing raft. But I can do that later, after wood action. So I'll put a wood on hoarder. There we go. Yeah, this is weird. What I'm doing is really weird. So must have come after my last action, right? Yeah, it must have, because it's Montu's move. Where's the controls, game log? Yeah, it definitely did, but I'm just double checking. Yeah. Yeah, too bad, because if I could have fenced and gotten a grain, that would be quite nice, or taken 3 clay and a vegetable. I mean, I'm the slow one right now. I'm much slower than Montu. Oh, Montu saying he was so blocked he might starve. I need to think. Yes! Yes! I knew he was being too greedy with his growing. Yes. Yes. I knew this game was hungry. I knew this was a hungry game. Every time I feel very validated for taking fishing as much as I have. Okay, so how much more wood do I need this game? Ideally, 8 more plus 2 for birdcage. Not birdcage, plus 2 for raft. 8 more plus 2 for raft. So 10 more food, 10 more wood, sorry. I have 3 here, so I need 7 more. If I let it increment twice more, that goes up to 5 before I take it in round 14. So I only need 5 more wood, which is should be 2 actions only. Reed I will take next round, because round 10 I will build grow. And then art director here for Montu. And then he's going on the puppeteer. Perfect! That's what I like to see. So then I can play prosecutor. Beautiful. So now I save 2 resources on every improvement that I play. So for example, raft is free. And once I play my prudent merchant, if I'm still activating the prosecutor, then I get to do even more stuff. Then I can like build pottery and gain resources. All right. So yeah, my 2 moves here are pretty simple. Take the reed off of storehouse minder, and then build 2 rooms. Its second action will be family growth. Which is good. I actually have enough to eat a reed in this harvest as well, which is a good position to be in. What? Fofo had enough to build? I totally missed that. Oh well, growing's not important. Actually, food is too hard. 5 wood, 2 reed, yeah. What did he do with his last move? Played beekeeper. And did day labor. I didn't think he had enough reed, honestly. But that's cool. Yeah, I didn't think he had enough stuff to build another room. How did I miss that so badly? He got the nice wood action. When did he get the extra reed? Oh, from Corn Basket? Extensions and... Oh, it's from Corn Basket. Okay, that's where it's from. Oh... Corn Basket. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Driftwood for Montu. Like that. And also a wood down here. Okay. So I have 2 moves here then, and I can kind of do whatever I want with them. Building the Basket Maker's Workshop would be nice. I don't quite have enough resources to do it. This gets me a grain. Looks good. Plus G. This is like a super weird game. I'm not playing this the way, like not doing standard play at all here. Yeah, Corn Basket. Totally forgot about that thing. Totally forgot about it. Oh, that's okay. I think I'm still in a totally fine spot, honestly. Like, I'm gonna run out of actions in order to be able to do, like, I won't be able to get any more than 2 plows, but 2 plows will be enough for this game. Because these guys are all gonna be, like, pretty wood starved, I think. And this action is 2 boar. 2 boar is going to be a ton of points. Looks good. So yeah, I want to hold off on building the Basket Maker's Workshop until I have Prudent Merchant out, because that will mean I will actually gain resources from building it, which is a pretty nice position to be in. Fofo playing Improvement Goose Pond. So the last 4 rounds of the game, I will be picking up my Storehouse Minder stuff each time. So round 11, I'll pick up my reed, etc., etc., etc. So I have 3 clay right now. I probably want to get to 4 clay. I actually want to get to 5 clay. Because 5 clay is 4 to reno to a clay house, plus 1 to put on the hoarder. So that means I probably want to increment the clay 1 time before I collect it. So I could do clay wood next round, for example. Montu discarding another minor improvement. Swimming studio and seal have been thrown away. Yeah, I'm averaging longer terms than Montu right now, but I haven't had as many because I'm still on 2 people. So those two people are pretty valuable. So probably in terms of total think time, I'm fine. Like it's pretty comparable to my opponent still, but just that I haven't had as many actions. So I've thought for longer on those actions. Okay, time to finally grow. Yeah, time to finally grow. So I probably, yeah, I'm not sure how hoarding and everything will work. I'm gonna have to figure that out still. But eating reed is probably gonna be pretty efficient for a long time, so I'm okay with doing that. These guys are starting now. Now these guys are all going to be in much better spots. Assuming that Montu can breed his cattle. If he can breed his cattle, then I like his spot. Then I think he's in a good spot for feeding. Lass has oh, cattle market. Okay. So yeah, her feeding's probably fine. And then Fofo, and she's got a cooking hearth. So the only question really is Fofo, who lost out on getting an oven, unfortunately for him. So yeah, cattle market was played, just the card that turns a sheep into a cattle. Time to finally family growth. And I will play a free raft. Plus wood clay on minder. Way to order. And I breed that. And I need to feed 5, and I will eat a reed. Yeah. So the question is, do I have enough actions to win this game? It's not clear. Not clear at all. I need 2 moves to get to enough to get 2 plows. I should be able to make it to a 4-room stone house. I don't see why not. Reedstone food, I'm fine with doing 1 reedstone food if I need to. Or like a 3 stone action. Like stone should be really plentiful here at the end of the game. So, yeah. Fofo's playing the other cooking hearth here. Alright. Yeah, so Montu put this round was all about getting his feeding set up, which is right decision to do. Baked 1 grain, has 2 more grain coming in, so he's in a good spot now, I would say. So I have 2 actions this round that are free. The third action is probably family growth keys. I could do family growth peasants boutique if I get my basket maker's workshop first. But like I said, I'm going to save on prudent merchant before I build basket maker's workshop. I also want to do a wood action. I want to do an action that's going to give me a vegetable from my from my family physician. So there's that executive board card I was talking about. It's kind of an odd one. Oh, not that. Okay, something else. What she Oh, I think Last decided not to do something. Oh, here's Milking Hand. Okay, yeah, so Montu is back to winning by quite a bit. Milking Hand, so good. So good. Should have starved him. Really wish we had been able to starve him. Yeah, and this day labor wood putting more wood into the game is bad for me as well. Because my actions were super inefficient, but Spinny and Lumberyard are making it so that that doesn't matter so much. And popcorn being a super efficient conversion of actions to food, like turning 3 reed into 3 grain, which can be, 12 food or whatever. It's quite nice. So first move plow for me. If I could get to, I might not get to a stone house. That's very possible. It's very possible I don't get to a stone house just because I won't have the actions. There's other stuff that's going to be more efficient, I bet. And the other issue that I'm going to run into is just timing. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4 more renovations left in the game. And Lass is going to use 1, Montu's going to use 1. Like, you can just look at their resources. Fofo's going to use 1, so that means I only have 1 left, really. So yeah, I probably want to run out of clay this round. So maybe my first action has to be fishing, then reno, then family growth. Put a wood and a clay here. And I put a clay down here for hoarder. Taking wood would be fine as well. Although I'm really close on the wood, honestly. I don't want to. We're gonna be greedy here. We're gonna plow. I cannot win unless I get plow, unless I get to reno in round 13 or 14. There's no way I can win otherwise. So let's play greedy and hope that that works out. In this field, just for optimal play, there's no reason why that field shouldn't be in the middle. Gives me an option to build a room here. Yeah, a lot of wood injected into this game too. Wood collector, fence deliveryman, and fence master. I'll put a bunch of wood in. And storehouse minder is putting it in as well. So here's the start player executive boar. So my second move will probably be fishing and take 2 reed. Because I get to take an extra food and reed with canoe and a reed with raft. So it's a 4 food, 2 reed action, which is pretty good. Pretty good. I'm going to leave the clay on the storehouse minder to try and hide it a little. I'm just going to leave it to the last minute this round. So yeah, plow and then fishing plus some stuff, and then family growth as my third action, plus FRR. I could also take stone, hide it a bit more. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what the right sequence here is. Probably just announce take clay before end of round. That's fine. That'll be fine. So I'm going to start player first move next round. That's looking like a good option. On this action, though, what should I do? Not play building materials. Actually, building materials might be something. It might be an extra wood, and it might be the wood that I need. I need 8 more. No, I'm eyeing Reno fence in round 14. Yeah. So if I'm eyeing Reno fence in round 14, then it's not going to be anything for me. Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot. This game is, unfortunately, I probably spent too many actions setting up. The fact that I probably delayed my family growth a little too long. Just a little too long. I've needed those extra actions, are just the conversion of them to points is so good. So I'm going to take clay here from the storehouse minder. And I'll play a free keys. Took C from minder. Alright, let's see. Let's see what goes on here. Oh, and I get a food. Yay. So physician, what has physician given me? Like 2 food and a grain? 3 food and a grain? Nothing. That was my first action. First action of the game. I should have saved it. I should have just played Puppeteer and then done other stuff. Yeah. I made a mistake there. Physician seems like it's a mid-game card. Once you've got your 3rd family growth, then you can start getting the crops from it. It's not like Family Counselor where you can just have good planning. The spaces that you can trigger it on are much fewer. Much fewer. Beautiful, finally. I get to Puppeteer, Prudent Merchant. What does Montu do here? I'm kind of interested. Fofo can't Reno. Lass can't Reno. Only Montu can Reno. So first action, start player. Problem is I don't really have an improvement to play. I'm gonna be really sad when someone else does it though. But I think this is the way to go. It gives me a chance at getting to stone. So, okay, so the way this works is I pay 4 food in 1, and then I pay only a stone for my renovation because, okay, so yeah, I think that's worked out. Because then I can start player at Peasant's Boutique if it comes back to me. Oh, Corn Basket. Totally forgot about Corn Basket again. Jeez. Totally forgot about Corn Basket. Oh, and I get to, oh, whoops. Yeah, last is start player pelts here. Sad. Sad for me. Oh, Montu got skipped. Oh, pass back to Montu. Yeah, so now I'm kind of in an interesting position because I can take the wood this round or I can take the stone. If I let the stone accumulate, then I can have 4 stone going into round 14, which is enough to reno with. So I'm hoping to get plow as my next action. So plow's gone. So my next recourse is taking wood, and I will grab the wood off of here. So the nice thing is, Keys says I have an unblockable stables action at the end of the game. Fofo is stabling or fencing. Yeah, I guess Montu needs So Bake, doesn't he? So there's a chance that I get a plow action in the last round. There's a chance. Last play is Handmade. Okay. Yeah, so that she can family growth with her last move. Should highlight Handmade. Montu did sheep. Okay. I could take a 2-point cattle move here. I've already put a wood on Minder. Think about this a little bit. Probably cattle is my best move here. Yeah, I saved efficiency on my puppeteer, and my storehouse minder hoarder have given me a lot of points. Unfortunately, it's meant that I've needed to play from a position that's probably just unwinnable. Like I'm probably just, there's no chance that I win from this position, I would guess. Most likely. But you never know. There's still game to be played. I'm happy that Lass has not taken any stone here at the end of the game. That's made me happy. Because it means that if I need to, I get on Reno. How does Peasant's Boutique reward scoring? It's 1, 3, 4 read. So probably my optimal number of read at the end of the game is 1 for 1 bonus point, which would make Peasant's Boutique about a 2-point play for upgrading. Yeah, this is a weird game by me. If I could get vegetable with this move, that would make me happy. You know what? Does Family Physician take family members into account? No, it's just number of action spaces. Yeah, if I could get a vegetable before the end of the game, I'll be happy. And then I'll feel Family Physician has vindicated itself. But if I don't get a vegetable, I'm going to be kind of sad about it. I'm guessing this is major improvement milk can from Montu for some food. Yeah, so what do I do here? There's nowhere where I can trigger my vegetable. There's no place. There's no places. No space with 4 occupied things. Okay, there's an extra on the board. All right, good. So that's fixed. I could just take a vegetable, but vegetable is only 2 points for me. unless it's more if I get other stuff. So like I could take wood here, for example. Wood is probably only 1 point though. So 1 point's probably not worth it. So I'm just going to take my reed for safety's sake. I probably want to do a fishing action next round anyways. So 5 food R to feed. R to hoard plus S on minder. I need to take off 2 reed, 5 food, breed my boar. Oh, and I get a food. I get a food from physician. I can do a point on hoarder. Good. All right, so I just need to increase the stone on there. Yeah, so plow sow, no surprise. Last has joinery, so if last doesn't fence at the end, I think she's okay with it. So I will gamble that she is going to leave fencing open. So if Montu is reno fencing here, which I think is what he's... Oh no, actually he's not. Oh no, he's doing major. Perfect. Actually, that's way better because I want to reno fence. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. So yeah, that stone gets improved, and then I get to go on reno fence. Do that, that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It should be 8. Yeah. Good. I forgot to put the stone on hoarder. Oh well, that's fine. Or the reed. I haven't hoarded a stone yet. I've hoarded a reed. That's right. And Fofo did family growth. So I'm hoping that plow comes back to me. Montu, of course, cannot plow. Okay, last plows. That's too bad. But that happens. So yeah, I want to play Peasant's Boutique. I want to play Peasant's Boutique and go on fishing. And then I have 1 free move, and that move is going to be to 2-point stable. So that's it. All my rest of the game is decided. So yeah, pretty pathetic showing all around. Considering how late I grew, it's fine, but I mean, I'm disappointed. Yeah, it might end up being that renovating over fencing was only 1 extra point. So then the utility would be, yeah, because 1 fewer, I can't hoard stone anymore, so that means I'm getting 2 fewer points out of hoarder. And then I can't, it might mean that I have 1 less read for bonus points. So 3 moves here. One of which is going to be Major Minor Peasants Boutique. Let's just play it now. Yeah, Montu grew fast and early, and he just barely fed enough. So popcorn is great for something like that. Popcorn is plus blacksmith. Yeah, really good combination. Blacksmith makes it so easy to build the clay oven. Popcorn, you want that clay oven so badly. So, I mean, I'm gonna score something. It's just not fantastic. Want to with cattle market? Okay. I don't really care. Don't need them. Pretty sure I have to do this, right? Or is Reedstone Food? Ooh, is Reedstone Food more points? I never put my reed here. There it is now. Yeah, Reedstone Food is way better. Especially because I get a food. It doesn't matter. The food actually doesn't matter. Yeah, I only need 4 for a maxed Peasant's Boutique. So I'm getting, all in all, 6 points from my Peasant's Boutique. And I'm gonna get 5 from my Hoarder. I actually get a food out of my physician as well, but it's a meaningless food. So boom, boom. I score what I score plus 11. So let's take a look at what that is. 31 plus 11, 42. Wow, I suck. I think I'm a little unlucky in the fact that Fofo was in a very strong position to grow again. That hurt me. That hurt me a lot. The fact that my last family grows came so late. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I get even less because Peasant's Boutique is counted on here. Oh, not even 42. I get 39. Oh, man. Sad. Very sad. No vegetable, no sheep. Only one field. Yeah. Too bad. I feel like I was really close to like having some like crazy good game. Like if Family Growth comes round 7 here, oof, oof, I'd have had done something crazy. But yeah, the fact that Family Growth came round 5, Montu just explodes off of that. Um, and then also the fact that I didn't like inconvenience him at all. Like I didn't get in his way at all. Fofo was complaining that Lass's round 13 start player gave Montu the win. Maybe. But I mean, I think Montu was winning anyways. Yeah, Montu was winning from round 5. Very little was going to change that. Yeah, there's something here in this draft. There's something here. I have to reevaluate how I feel about Family Physician. Yeah, I considered start player first move around 13, but if you're start playing just to get Renault, then, you know. Oh, Fofo is mad. Poor Fofo. Yeah, I think probably once Milking Hand came out, it was really over at that point. Yeah, it was funny, just really funny game. Like a ton of extra resources put into it. Um, it was a strange one, really strange game. Um, was I right doing what I did? Feeding was really hard in the 3rd stage. Really hard. Which was good for my feeding. Feeding being hard was good for my basket maker and my canoe. Did I play stage 1 right? I was really surprised when Traveling Players came round 3. Traveling Players coming round 3 wasn't what I wanted to have happen. So I think probably what happened here is Family Physician was a total mistake. Family Physician was probably a total mistake. Yeah, just talking with Montu. So yeah, you guys should go watch. Let's see what's his Twitch. like Gamer Montu. Yeah, so I'm gonna link his Twitch in the description. You guys should go check him out, give him a follow. You can see the game from his perspective. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, maybe just that dead round family physician. The fact that I didn't get, yeah, the fact that I didn't get the private forest out too. Like that was, oof, oof. Like Montu passed me private forest and then killed it, which makes me sad. I want people to pass me private forest and then let me play it. 324, 715. Let's take a look at my draft. So I took Hoarder, which is 2.9. Hoarder is less than I thought. I would have pegged Hoarder to be above, like around 3.5. I wonder if its stats have gone down. It used to be like a really high strength card. I wonder if I look at that, if Hoarder's power has gone down. Maybe there are other better ways to get bonus points now from like stuff from animal cards and stuff like that. But Wood Collector, Fencing Master, pretty equivalent just because their draft position is different, which impacts the power. Here I take Family Physician over Chief. It was the second best card in the pile. I think we saw that the way, or at least the way I played it, was not right. Maybe if I grow more faster, like maybe it's one of those cards that you have to go NER-FG with. You go for that first family growth, and then once you have that third action, you're just getting so much extra food with that third person, like getting a food almost every time with it. Yeah, Puppeteer I'm fine with. So I took Prudent Merchant over Green Speculator. I had already... Why? Why did I do that? Because there were other cards that gave grain in the game? Oh, because theoretically Family Physician can give grain. Right. Yeah. Storehouse Minder, 0.8 power. Ah, that sucks. I'm sorry to see. Yeah. So, should have just played normal. Should have played Family Growth, Beekeeper, easy stuff. It's sad. I really like Storehouse Minder. I guess the problem with Storehouse Minder is that you need stage 1 to just go so well for you. You need usually 4 clay. You need a 3 wood action. You need to not spend any wood on minor improvements. You need a Reedstone food action. And then you need to do this all before you play Storehouse Minder. Now, theoretically, Puppeteer works well with Storehouse Minder because you can play it in round 4 with Puppeteer. But Puppeteer got taken in round 3, which I wasn't expecting. Again, Prosecutor, I think its power can be really strong, but it might be a card that is only good when like you play it from a losing position. And like this game, I got a lot out of it, but I was in a losing position, so it doesn't matter. Here I took Grain Mill Oven. It's close on with Parchment and Clay Tablet. Lumberyard hasn't won yet. That's funny. That's the only way you can have a power of 0 if it's never been drafted into a winning hand. Or close to that. The stats are so low that there's no way it's 0.0 with this. Here I took Canoe, 1.5. Wow. I drafted like crap. Private Forest went unplayed. Keys is fine. Keys is totally fine. Birdcage over Clay Tablet. I think it's fine considering I have Puppeteer. Here again I took Raft over Sofa. I mean, I wouldn't have played Sofa, but yeah. Might just be that my first pick was flawed and then all the other picks like fell out from that. And then I just like was pursuing a flawed strategy from the beginning. So anyways, that's all for me. Thank you very much for watching, you guys. Hope you enjoyed this little video. I almost certainly will not stream Thursday, tomorrow. So yeah, like I said, maybe Sunday night. Most likely though, I'm not going to stream again until Monday. So yeah, look out for me then. And check out Montu's video, putting it in the description here. And yeah, have a good day.